Hey everybody, and welcome. It's Kevin. He's back finally. Oh my God, Kevin, we've been without you for so long.
It's like 1 week.
Give us Kevin.
Like 1 week. And I heard Paul did great.
I do love that. Right before we hit the transition button to go live, Kevin was like, used to pray about Robbie's chat. I used to pray for times like these.
I hope I'm on the podcast right now because I can't see any evidence of it.
Oh, yeah?
Kind of scared.
Whoops. I hope you're on the podcast, too.
Oh, yes!
Sorry.
An actual good
Yes.
guess. Paul, that's what's called negative self-talk, and I won't allow it.
I allow it because
no, Paul was so good.
What do you
Paul, no, hey, whoa.
I love Paul.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, I love.
Oh, you mean when Paul was here, it wasn't just two Will stories like strung
Exactly.
together by ums and guffaws?
Exactly.
It kind of was.
No, Paul's greatest contribution to the podcast was making us watch that pufferfish video.
Oh.
That was great. You do it so terrible because you're too deep. You're down. You're way too low.
What? Stop. Oh yeah, do that. Wait, do that one more.
It's like
What is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. Jesus
That's
Christ.
gonna be the clip from this video. That's gonna be the clip from this video.
Kevin has some news. Why were you gone last week? Oh wait,
Sure.
You said I do.
What?
Wait, who said I do?
No one said I do. No one got married.
Oh,
Do you know how engagements work?
I can't remember.
You can't remember. I can't remember. I've been married for so long.
It's been a long time.
I don't have to pray for them anymore because the times have come. Whoa. Profound. The year of Jubilee.
So here's
Post-millennialism.
Let's teach Will how to tell a story.
Oh, yes. This will be good.
No,
These are going to be
I
good
got
life
engaged.
skills for you. Wow. Kevin, good story.
We want the juicy details.
You want the juicy details?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Spill
Wait.
the details
Stop.
of the engagement.
Choose different verbs.
You're going to be surprised about some of your
Oh,
phrasing.
my God. Oh, goodness.
I got engaged.
Kevin got engaged.
To a woman.
Wow.
To be married?
Engaged to be married. Yes, please don't tackle me like
why
Michael
did
from The
you-
Office. So, I participated in a tremendous ruse to fool Shannon,
Oh.
my betrothed, to...
He can say that now.
I can say that. Will, I can say betrothed.
Why? Yeah.
It's
Why
just
are you
fun-
laughing at
it's
me? You
just a
said
funny
you
choice
said juicy details. Okay.
You're juicing it out too much.
Am I, Will?
Gosh, this is
There's
awful.
too many unnecessary details in your story, Kevin.
Yeah, see? Blake is begging me to tell the story. And you know what she said last time you told a story? Wrap it up. Spit it out. Okay. She thought it wasn't going to happen this time because I fooled her into thinking it wasn't going to happen until summer.
Smart.
But I got her. She did think it was going to happen this time originally because I was planning so much for one day. This Sunday that we're going to be in the park that we met at, the park that we both worked together at.
Yellowstone
National Park.
Oh, not like a children's park.
A children's park.
What's a children's park?
Well,
Who
like with
also?
play
What
set.
kind of workers are at a
like
children's
a play
park?
set? Are you talking about like a playground?
Playground.
Yes. So
Sorry,
there's no such thing as a children's park, as far as I know. There are parks.
Adults can play,
and
at
they
the
have like
playgrounds.
areas with playgrounds in them.
I associate.
Do you just call those children's parks? Do you ever like say to your niece, "Hey, do you guys want to go to the children's park?" And then their parents are like, "Please don't talk to our children." Would you like to go to the children's park with me?
The park where you find children?
Okay.
That's
What?
far,
No,
Blaine.
don't say that.
Too far.
No, Blaine ruined it. Blaine's the pedophile now.
I did.
Uh,
You're supposed to say PDF file, Kevin. We're gonna get banned. We're gonna get shadow banned.
oh, sorry. Okay.
PDF file.
Oh, no,
please.
we're going to lose all these listeners. PDF file, please. I like how you've been called it so much that you know the terminology. Okay.
No, that's not true, Kevin.
She thought it was going to happen. I
do like that this is inserted into your story about your romantic engagement.
Yeah, because he started saying children's park. Okay, Yellowstone National Park.
Everyone
is where
needed clarification.
We were park rangers at Yellowstone National Park at the same time.
Wow.
So we were going there to do some wildlife viewing. specifically wolves. We saw some wolves.
Whoa!
We saw a bear, which is really rare for this time of year. There's a bear den that
my
there's like a
gosh.
bear hanging out of it right now that
Whoa.
you can like look at and see.
Black bear?
Black bear. We saw that. We saw a bunch of bison. What?
I'll ask later.
Okay, good.
Is the black?
No, you said later. Think of it. Write it down.
I'm
save
gonna
it for-
forget.
You're making my story long now.
Y'all make my stories long. This is how it feels.
Oh my god!
Mine are actually interesting.
My god!
I'm talking about a bear.
Oh my god!
You took,
and you were just
you
trying to
took-
make a joke about a diner.
Yeah, you took 10 minutes.
No.
To tell us that the mayor of Beaumont doesn't pee. So. Mine's an actual story.
Yeah.
So just listen for a second.
Black bear.
Y'all, and sorry, Roy.
Sorry.
My apologies. My apologies to the community.
It's a black bear. Okay, so she rented me a camera to like do something for my birthday because we weren't together for my birthday. So it worked out perfectly because we needed to be in Yellowstone for something. So the whole reason for being there on her mind was to do some wildlife photography and then see some people that I know in another part of the park, which is where the building is that we worked in. So I was trying to get back there the whole day. Like the whole day she's like, don't you want to take more pictures? We rented this camera. I'm like, no, I mean, we can do whatever. We can go back to Mammoth, which is where all those buildings were that I was trying to get back to. And then we can come back here. She's like, well, that doesn't really make sense. Why would you come back? I was like, no, let's just go back.
She's not suspicious
at all. But like this whole time, she's like, I thought you'd be more into this camera that I rented. And I felt really bad. I was like, oh, well, yeah, let's get out and take some pictures of this bison. And she's like, that's all you want? I was like, yeah, that's good. And they're like blurry. Like we're like passing by bison. And I'm like putting the camera out and we're like, yep, got it. Just to get back to the ruse of being in the place where we first met. And so I'm like, okay, let's park in the employee area. And she was like weirdly, like she's usually not freaked out by, like I'm the rule follower. She's like, yeah, let's just do whatever. And so I was like, yeah, let's go park in the employee area. She's like, we're not supposed to do that. I'm like, well, yeah, let's do it. Anyway, because it was like, right. I'd already emailed our supervisors, our former supervisors. We were okay to be there. We were okay to go in the building. It was fine. But we get to the employee area and I have to sneak. I have a little tripod that holds my camera, my phone camera. And my phone is also a camera.
Kevin is engaged.
I'm not starting
I
again.
repeat. Wait, start over.
So we're in Yellowstone where it happened. we're in Yellowstone. And we're getting out of the car and we're going to pass by the building to go see some of my friends who are working in the visitor center. We're going to pass by the building we used to work at. And so I have this whole idea of like, I'm going to try to, because she already mentioned it. Earlier in the day, she's like, hey, maybe we should try to just like go in the canteen, which is the building we used to work in. And so I've already mentioned to my bosses it's unlocked for us to go inside. And so, yeah, I'm like encouraging that. And she's like getting too excited about it. She's like, oh, yeah. And she tries to go in first. I'm like, wait, you stand watch.
Are there people here like waiting?
No, there's like nobody in the park. It's like,
Gotcha.
Looks like wintertime. There's like 4 feet of snow on the side of the road. Yeah, they're still getting snow right now. But so I'm like, wait, stand watch here and I'll go in. And she thought that was weird too, but she did it. And I'm like taking a long time because I'm trying to set up the camera and it doesn't work on the desk. And so I'm moving chairs. And then she texts me, are you pooping? Which, according to our relationship, would not be not be a bad assumption to make in that instance.
Anyone that has a relationship with you,
you're taking too long. Did you just go poop? Did you?
Everyone who knows you.
Did you say yes?
That is likely the
everyone who knows you.
Yeah,
maybe. Okay.
Where's Kevin? He's pooping.
He's pooping.
Oh my gosh.
I do like a good poop.
Yeah.
So I'm setting up the camera, and I come back and get her. It feels good. What? I'm setting up the camera.
This is the worst. This is the worst engagement story I've ever heard at this point.
It's because Will keeps
you've ruined it.
I have told this story 1 million times to everybody I've come into contact with. This is the first time it's taken me more than 5 seconds because Will.
Is he wrong?
Yes, I'm not wrong, Paul. Chat. Okay, so I come outside after a luxurious poop. No, I didn't actually poop. I come to get her. I bring her inside. So here's what happens. we go in to like the bullpen of desks. It's like all these little cubicles where we used to work. And I come in, I'm like, yeah, that used to be your desk. Here's my desk. And I immediately turn around and kneel.
Cute.
And so backstory to this part, we had been joking about it for like months. Like every now and then she's like, just marry me already. I'm like, that counts as a proposal and I accept. So we're engaged. And she was getting like really mad about it. She's like, no, this doesn't count. You're not getting out of giving me a ring. She thought that I wasn't going to like be able to give her a ring until the summer. It's like, well, you're the one who proposed without a ring. So, I mean, and I'm okay with it. So that's kind of...
You're such a flirt.
So I'm the progressive one of this relationship.
Yeah. And so when I had never done any jokes like getting down on one knee like Jim does with Pam or anything. I've never done anything like that. So I get down and her first face is like super pissed off. She's like, are you kidding me right now? And then she realizes I'm actually doing it. And I can't tell if she's in frame or not. So I tell her to like come over closer to me. And then her face is like the real face. And then she like kneels. She doesn't know what to do. She's like freaking out. She kneels down and like gets like right beside me. She like doesn't keep standing.
Stand up.
And so we're both kneeling. I didn't make her stand up. I was fine if we're both kneeling. She just like gets on my level.
Do you have this video?
Yeah, but you can't hear anything.
That doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I mean, what do you want to do?
Is it on your phone?
Yes.
He's
what do you want me to do?
Just text it to me.
Vivid detail.
Text it to me.
He's
just keep explaining it.
Just keep.
We got to see the video, Kevin.
Okay, fine. The first part of the video is just me setting up, and then there's like 2 minutes of radio silence because I have to go get her outside. Let me scroll through my pictures,
Sorry,
Blaine.
Kevin. I didn't realize that there was a video. If I had known, I would have asked for it
video.
earlier.
You want me to show?
Yeah, we'll just scrub through it. It'll be fine. Yes.
Okay.
Just text
Preparing iCloud link. Okay, so.
Yeah, it's not.
We'll show it. We'll show it at the end of the
Will doesn't have any questions about me pooping,
I'm so sorry.
Blaine doesn't want me to text a video.
I'm so
can I get to the actual proposal now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I have this whole speech planned, memorized.
Oh. The ships
Where?
off the shoulder of Orion speech?
No, I did not quote to her the bad guy's speech from Blade Runner.
That's what you're always quoting.
No, when we were doing the mic test, I quoted 3 complete poems today. Okay, anyway.
You're just like me.
I'm sorry. I'm just having fun pissing you off now.
This is how it feels, by the way, Kevin.
No, you ramble through nothingness,
it's not.
and then we comment.
No, our experience listening to your stories is quietly waiting for you to get to an irrelevant part.
Oh, never quiet. Never quiet.
I gave you a good 5 minutes. Okay. So we get to the point where I'm actually speaking to her, and I say, "You make me better." I start with that. What you want?
No, I'm gonna cry now because she does make you way better.
I said this exactly.
Oh my god,
you're so much better.
I had it titled in my notes. I haven't actually told her this. I had it titled in my notes, just the thing.
Oh,
I didn't want it to. I didn't want her to see it, like, because we're like, I don't hide anything on my phone. But I actually did, like, I was texting a bunch of people about it because we were like trying to make plans, and so I did actually kind of hide my phone from her the first couple of days. So I thought she'd get suspicious about that. You make me better, and you are life-giving in every way. You make the world a better place. You have shown me how to pay attention, how to fall down in the grass, to stroll through the fields, which is the Mary Oliver poem, Summer Day. You constantly teach me that life is wild and precious. This is also from the Mary Oliver poem. How a man like me can remain in the light. And that is from M. Ward's Chinese translation, which is one of the first songs that I sang to her.
You sang to her?
And you make every sad thing come untrue, which is what Samwise Gamgee says in Return of the King when he finds out that Gandalf is not dead. Every sad thing will come untrue. I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life laughing and learning and going to faraway places and planting lupines with you, which is a quotation from her favorite children's book, Miss Rumphius, which she had just told to me. I was looking for another quotation that had more to do with not just us, but her specifically. And so she just randomly mentioned her favorite children's book the night before. And so I was like, yes, I'm going to say that. Because one of the questions that's asked in that book is, have you made the world a better place today? And so part of what that is planting these wildflowers everywhere that grow. And it seems like that's what she does wherever she goes. And so that's what I wanted to make a part of me telling her how not just important she is to me, but how she makes the world a better place. And so I'm saying all these things and she's like freaking out, and I pull out the ring box
that your dad
that
made.
my father has made out of rosewood, because I couldn't find one small enough. People would lent me Joy and Alicia lent me one of their ring boxes, but I didn't want to have like something too big in my jacket pocket because we hug a lot, and I didn't want her to be like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
And so I have Raycon earbuds, and I put that in my pocket too.
Is that a ring box in your pocket? Or you just
I put Raycon earbuds right next to my ring box. So if she hugged me and be like, "What's that?" I could just pull out the ring box. It's the same size. That didn't happen, but like that's the level to which I prepared. And so we look up after that, and
Blaine did cry.
There's a sign on the wall next to what used to be her desk that our bosses printed out that I didn't even see until then, that said Shannon plus, and around the plus is a heart, Kevin on it, that our bosses printed out for us there. And so we saved that too. And that's it. She said yes.
I also say yes. I feel like you just proposed to me.
God,
That's
it's
the
so
most beautiful thing
upsetting
I've ever heard.
that I'll never be as cool as either of y'all.
Yeah.
No,
That's so. That's
not why I'm telling it. I'm telling it because that's what I feel like. That's what she inspires in me. I feel like, I mean, so much of the last few years of my life have been like not great, and
you can use a different
angry and she brings out the opposite of that in me, not just because she makes me happy and she makes me feel better, just because she literally makes me a better person. I think we make each other better, and so I'm excited to start whatever our lives look like. And so I think that was a big part of that day. The day before that, she did the whole Lord of the Rings marathon for me. She like cooked all this Hobbit food like all day long. And I was like, this is the best day of my life. And the day after I was like, okay, it will be quickly that was the second best day of my life. And now this is the first best day of my life. And so we went around to all the Yellowstone. I had planned this for like months. So I asked her parents about it when I went there for Christmas. And I'd already had this plan in my mind. And so I told her parents, hey, I'm going to do it when I come to Yellowstone in March. And if y'all want to come, you can. And I told her sister that too. And so her mom and sister came. Aww. Her mom and sister and brother-in-law came to surprise her. And I'm like going along with the plan. I'm going to talk to we had already set up dinner with a bunch of our friends there at Neptune's, a sushi place in Livingston, Montana, just outside of the park, about an hour outside of the park. And she thought we were just like going to eat dinner with them, but like they all knew too. It was like a celebration of the engagement. And so I'm going and like I go to find like some of the rangers that I know there that are working and tell them. And she's like, "Hey, can we just take a minute? I'm freaking out. Like we need to like experience this together." Because I'm just like, okay, now we have to do all this other stuff that I've been planning. And she's like, "Hey, we're engaged now." And I'm like, yeah, let's just sit with that and just experience that. So we went to go get there's this lodge place we went to go get drinks at right after, like right outside the park. And like, it's this view of the mountain ranges in Paradise Valley. And we just like sat there and called like our family and told them. And then she was like, oh, okay. I thought I had her convinced to phone call her mom and her sister. And that would have been perfect because they could have pretended like they weren't here. And then they would just see her at the restaurant. But then she's like, let's video chat them. I was like, okay, well, they're here. And she was like, what? And so the next couple of days her family was there and we got to hang out with her family and like start like wedding planning, like because it starts like immediately apparently.
Hey, that's the worst part.
That's not the worst part. It was because we actually looked at like we don't know where it's going to be. It could be anywhere because She's from Ohio. I'm from Texas. We met in Wyoming and Montana, so we don't know
Like
exactly
a big
where.
triangle.
So we actually looked at some
middle.
places in Montana while we were there to be just put it right in the middle. That's
A
like
place where they've never been.
that's like North Missouri. Guys,
Just playing 3 weddings. That's how you do it.
Yes, Blake.
One
that
for
happened
us,
too.
one for
Everybody we
them.
talked to, it didn't matter if it was my family, her family. Everybody we talked to was like, "Okay, what's the date?
When's the
And we're like,
wedding?
Hey, I just got her to say yes.
When's the wedding?
Yeah, I know.
When is it?
And then,
Oh my god,
yeah,
Kevin, that was so beautiful.
It's so upsetting.
she's great.
It's so upsetting because both of y'all are some of the coolest people that I ever know.
Yeah.
And this experience is the coolest thing that I've ever heard. And I've always wanted to go to Yellowstone. And I'm never not going to be able to think of it as this place where y'all got engaged and like
Oh,
I'm gonna
so
go to this,
sorry.
you've ruined my experience of Yellowstone now.
I'm never gonna think of it without thinking of y'all's perfect love.
Exactly. And it's gonna make me enraged. But Kevin, I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
It's gonna be so good.
I've been telling that story so much. I love telling that story. Like,
Were you nervous the day of?
So I had planned it out so much. I was like not super nervous until we start driving back. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is about to happen. What if
Yeah.
I screw it up? And what if I, like, I wasn't nervous about what she was gonna say, not in like a cocky way, but like we talked about it a lot. I was pretty sure, like, it would have been really like her family's there. Like if she'd have been like, ooh, I don't know, we haven't really talked about
Not
it.
yet.
Let's think about it. Some I was like, ooh, Ken,
I'm
so
gonna need a yes or no.
how much time do you need? Because we're gonna see your family in about an hour. So I was pretty sure it was going to be a yes, but all of the moving parts just fit together perfectly. Even with her like saying, like, "Hey, let's try to sneak in the building." I'm like, "That's a good idea you just had."
The Gamer says that y'all should get married in my house on the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah,
Which sounds psychotic.
podcast.
she would love that. No, she wouldn't. She would not love that.
That's so funny.
Not in a. She is the least materialistic person I know.
Tell her she has to be my best friend.
And that's
Okay, I'll
honestly so sweet and true, though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you are her best friend already. If you've gone and watched that episode of the podcast she's on,
she's great.
she just is the coolest person. And on the podcast, that's like such a representation of just she's just always so nice and cool and smart and funny.
and
Yeah, Blaine,
Yeah.
she's taken. She's spoken for. Okay.
Kevin, she
No, it
makes
makes me
you
excited for
so much better.
She does. Kevin,
my gosh.
I
you were just
sort
the
of,
worst before.
I sort of hated you before her, so
This
we're
podcast
super stoked.
never would have happened.
She's
without-
saved
without
our
her,
relationship.
without her info. Shannon is not in the chat, ironically.
Oh, yeah.
because
That has to have been a little weird for her to like have heard it all, I guess.
no,
Like talking about her without her.
No, I don't think she would have minded
Okay.
that. One of,
idiot.
One of the other cool things
We
is
should have
she works for a
called her
museum.
in.
She works for the Museum of the Rockies, which is the dinosaur museum that, like, all the people who are now and have been consultants for Jurassic Park worked at. So, like, when her family was here, we got to go back to the collections again and see, like, all of these. Like, there were new fossils there that we hadn't seen. There was a couple new ceratopsians there that we hadn't seen before, that I hadn't seen before, and they had some new duckbills that we hadn't seen before. But anyway, like, that's what she's doing right now. There is like a dinosaur conference going on now where people are like presenting like research.
Whoa.
So
That's so cool.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Cameron's linking the episode that she was on.
Oh,
in the chat. But yeah, I'm so excited.
Even
It's
with
gonna
all
be
the
great.
interruptions, I mean,
I know
About the same amount
it's
of
so
time.
psychotic.
Pretty good
now
story.
listening to like the script sounds crass, but like listening to your speech is like so psychotic. It makes it feel like I can't believe we talked about poop for 10% of that story.
Well, and
I don't want to see the video now because it feels like it would ruin that speech to hear it like
I tried
kind of
I tried
quiet
to
on a
get you
microphone from far away.
to like not
I know. I'm sorry.
not worry about the
I
video
know,
so
I'm
much, but
sorry.
you really wanted it. So
I just wanted to.
That's
I
all
wanted
on
to.
you. I tried
I wanted to
tried
paint the
tell you
scene.
when
yes,
you had to
that's
watch
true.
it.
That's true.
I wanted to paint the scene.
Here's another question. I was gonna ask if you were nervous. Also, you talked about seeing a black bear.
You really held on to that.
Yeah.
Is that the one you're supposed to run from? Or
You're not supposed to run from any of them. So
Yeah.
one of the things I did when I worked in Yellowstone was education on bear safety. I had to do a talk about it like almost every day.
Ooh.
So the old saying of if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down.
Fight. Okay. I'll
No,
fight.
no, no,
Oh.
no. Shut up. Neither one of those.
No, I'll fight it.
Neither one of those
Okay.
are you supposed to do. So if you see a bear, it's happened to me several times. Actually, more grizzly bears than black bears in Yellowstone.
You've seen more grizzly than black?
I've come upon more grizzly bears. Like what?
What, Will?
I have what? What will?
That's just a lot of grizzly bears.
That's crazy. I knew
I
the grizzly
have
bears were
finished hikes.
Yeah.
Having seen having seen more grizzly bears than black bears. In Yellowstone, I've seen more black bears in other places. Like
So
Great Smoky
grizzly
Mountains.
don't fight back. Black.
So here's
lay down.
here's how you educate the public about it. We don't want you to try to be identifying bears because you don't know, right? Black bears with black fur to the public can just be black bears, and sometimes they're grizzly bears. Bears with like brown and cinnamon fur can be black bears, like actual like
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, black bears.
Yeah.
So we don't want you to try to identify the bears. You can maybe identify them if they get close enough or based on their behavior. But what you want to do anytime you see any bear is start backing away slowly. You can make yourself big, but you don't have to. Some people say make yourself big.
What if I'm already
Backing away
a
slowly,
large stature?
Don't
human
scream.
being?
Yeah, I don't know how you can make yourself bigger. You're wearing a size 23 shoe. So he just walking. Will just walking around before
literally
this,
a few seconds before
it was
the
like
pod.
the Brontosaurus animation in Jurassic Park. Bum, 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 bum. And like all of the stuff around here started falling down. Anyway.
John Attenborough music.
Yeah. So
no, he went walking past Kevin and stepped on my freaking cord for my light.
Yeah, he
ripped it out of the wall.
He curb stomped a cord, and his
curb
teeth were
stomped
like
it.
like around the. Anyway, so also true brown bears can be black. Yes, grizzly bears can be black in color, and black bears can be brown in color. Anyway, so any bear you come across, you want to back away slowly. You want to talk assertively. You don't want to scream. You don't want to throw things. We don't want to try to scare it away. But you do want to say something assertive and loud so the bear knows you're there so you don't scare the bear if it hasn't noticed you already. So you say,
Now
hey, bear. No, hey, bear. Say it.
Hey, bear.
Hey, bear.
We agreed that your bedtime was 8 o'clock.
Nope.
And so you have to go to bed now.
What?
No more
Why
5
are you talking
minutes.
about it like, bear?
I'm trying to be
Bear?
assertive. I'm being assertive.
Bear, did you finish your carrots? You can't have me until you finish your carrots. That's what you're doing. Okay. So,
Hey, bear.
so you're backing
Does
away.
this hurt the bear's feelings?
You don't want to hurt the bears. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Blake does love my feet.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
come on.
Leave it.
Let's.
Leave it.
She doesn't. She hates feet. All right, go back to bears.
Okay.
Hey, bear. Hey, bear.
And so usually,
Hey, bear. Hey. Hey.
Oh my
Yep,
god,
we got it. Thank you.
Will's gonna make me say the F word on the podcast for the first time.
You told me to say.
Hey, no, I didn't say that. You know
we're Italian.
You told me to mumble like a New York cab driver for 5 minutes and not let you finish your story.
Get down from that tree.
What are you talking about now?
I'm not gonna hurt you.
I ordered
my
the
money.
pastrami on
Just
rye.
want my money
Hey,
back.
fucking here.
Hey,
I want my money.
the tab is running, Chief. You can take as long as you want. Okay.
Get on down, bear.
R.I.P. headphone
Headphones
users.
used. So yeah, increase the distance to
I
100
still
yards.
don't know what to do in a bear attack.
Will you shut up? I'm going to tell you the wrong thing so that you die when you see a bear. Run towards the bear. Blaine, when you see I want you to run towards the bear. Will, I would like you to put your head directly in the bear's mouth. That's what I would want you to do. That's how you survive a bear attack. Okay?
Oh my god.
Do you want to know?
Lord, we're gonna have to cut this out of
Talking
the
about my
episode.
sister, bear.
No, we're done with that
The
bit.
day of her wedding,
Okay.
bear.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
That's very funny.
Oh my god.
You back away, increase the distance to 100 yards, you go on your own way. That is, most of the time, all I've had
How
to
many
do.
miles is that?
How many miles is 100 yards?
I'm confused. I need
like 0.01.
Oh my god.
So that makes more sense.
So most of the time that works. One time I had a grizzly bear come towards me.
Oh
so
my god.
We had to keep backing up, and that still worked. The three things that you do is carry bear spray, hike in groups of 3 or more, so we got that, and you both have this one. It's be loud. Be loud so you don't come across a bear. Yeah. So when that happens, usually all you have to do is back away or increase the distance, and then you go on your own way. Bear spray is for when the bear actually charges you. That's never happened to me before, but bear spray is for when the bear charges you. You spray the bear spray 20 to 30 yards when the bear is 20 to 30 yards away from you. And you spray a sweeping motion for 2 to 3 seconds. You still have 5 to 6 seconds in the bear spray canister for if the bear comes closer to you, you spray it directly in the bear's face. You want to angle it down because you want it to be around the ground because that's where the bear's face is going to be when it starts running.
You're supposed to spray it on the ground?
You're supposed to spray the air above the ground right next to you, and it sprays out 10 to 12 feet. So when it's 20 to 30 yards away, it's going to have to run in through that cloud. Don't worry about... Okay,
Sorry.
That's what I was going to ask.
How many miles it is. And so
the
only time
Yeah.
we want you to lie down on the ground is if the bear makes actual physical contact. If it's a grizzly bear, that's when we want you to try to tell if it's a grizzly bear or black bear. If it's a grizzly bear, lay down. Do not fight back. 75 to 80% of the times when people fight back a grizzly bear, the grizzly bear will keep attacking you until you die or until you're very, very...
What if I win?
You know what, Will? You should fight back.
Okay.
I can't
If you see a bear of any color, I want you to punch it.
I can't hear this story without thinking about that scene from The Revenant.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I haven't seen it. Spoilers.
You haven't seen The Revenant?
Spoilers.
It's 15 years old. It's about the guy who survives a bear attack.
Yeah.
He's on this trip with mountain man Jim Bridger, who was an early explorer of Yellowstone. And the Bridger mountain range north of Yellowstone is actually named after Jim Bridger.
Cool.
Yeah.
In that scene is super visceral. Like it's nuts. Watching him get attacked by that bear, and the idea of like not fighting back, like staying as still as possible while it's ripping into your flesh.
You don't want to do that, right? If it's continuing to do that, you have to fight back because it's just going to kill you and eat you. You don't want to let it feed. There was a lady that did let it feed on her for a while because she thought, okay, I can't fight back, and it like ate her whole arm.
Oh my god!
And so you don't want to like if it's
eating you,
actively feeding on you, go ahead and fight back.
Okay.
If it's a black bear, punch it, scream, throw rocks, do anything you can because it's trying to decide if you're something that it can eat.
Yikes!
Most of the time, black bears are going to be the ones that make contact more than grizzly bears. The last bear human incident in Yellowstone was 2 to 3 years ago, and it was a black bear near where I worked. It was a trail that I walked on like almost every day.
Oh my god!
But yeah, so that's how you survive a bear attack.
I don't have bear spray. Bear spray is kind of for the eyes. Like
bear spray is for any mucous membrane, so it's really for them breathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have bear spray, but I have like stood in like a choir
farts
between in like a choir behind some like older women who wear like some of the most crazy perfumes I've ever.
How long do we think Will was thinking of that?
No, I thought about it immediately.
That horrible joke.
No, I thought about it immediately. I don't have bear spray.
Let me tell you this, guys. I don't have bear spray, but hey, have you experienced this?
Oh my god!
Tell me if you've experienced this, right? I don't have capsaicin bear spray, but what I do have is
I held onto it a little.
What is this?
White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor coming wafting off every blue hair around me in the choir, right?
What is this Kill Tony bit that you're like? What the hell? Oh my god!
To be fair, I thought of it immediately, but I held on to it a little bit.
He started to tell it 5 separate times, and that was it. That was what Will was holding inside.
But do you ever? Come on!
Oh my god!
Come on, guys. The smell's coming off these oldies, right?
It'll make you.
Yep.
Make you what?
I
Make
don't
you
know.
what?
Like what? Oh my God. Will's never coming back.
I don't have anything else.
Will, watch
No,
The
hey, I
Revenant.
had-
That's a good freaking movie.
I took up most of this podcast with the sweetest, most amazing story ever. What do you have?
Correct?
A little sappy.
Go ahead, Will, follow that.
What am I supposed to?
Oh, Lord. You had videos, right? Are we doing Jimmy pull that up?
Okay, pull it
Wait,
up.
are you Jamie? Wait, is that a reference to Joe Rogan?
Yes.
Can we stop doing it then?
I'm.
Can we stop?
Hey,
can we change the name?
Paul was the first one to do it.
It's
in the
culturally ubiquitous. It's
I don't
it's
care.
expanded
There,
beyond.
hey, Blaine,
It's
there are a lot of things that are culturally ubiquitous right now that I'm not
oh
having.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
chat. Okay, so the first video I brought today.
Wait.
Wait, no.
Okay, I
stop.
stopped. I
He's
muted
actually
it.
getting to the point. Let him do it.
I'm sorry. I was my thing was working.
Well,
Look,
okay.
we're doing a new bit, and he just went straight to the video. It's perfect, and you stopped it.
Oh,
No, this
sorry.
isn't the new bit yet. I do have a new bit I want to introduce maybe at the end before
Okay.
we go,
Okay.
and I think it might be a good closer to the episode.
Sure.
Okay. Well, you're a poor judge of what B material is because you brought that. you brought the old lady perfume story out, and that's really D material.
Yeah,
You just started with that.
Crazy.
D material.
Yep.
That was my nickname in high school.
Oh my God.
What up?
Oh my God.
No
Oh my
WWE
God.
updates this week. Kind of the same thing going on, so I wasn't going to talk about it. But since y'all asked, I will say. I'm just kidding. Nothing going on. Yeah.
Here, I
but
got the thing.
there
Oh,
was-
hey, I did send you a
Oh.
WWE joke this week.
What was the WWE?
We were in Shannon's museum, and there was this empty display case, and beside her, I walked up to her and I was like, "Hey, what's this? The newly discovered John Cena-saurus?" Because there was nothing in the case,
Yeah.
and she didn't think it was funny at all.
So
I had to send it to Will.
I
was like,
loved it.
"Will will appreciate this."
And you know what? John Cena hates those jokes.
I know. That's why I did it.
What?
Well, that's part of his new.
He's a heel, Blaine. Come on.
I'm not going to talk about it. You're doing this to me.
Okay.
This is a trap.
Stop yelling.
This is your bear
Oh my
spray.
God. Oh my God. This is your bear spray? What?
I like how we always introduce new bits and very rarely. There's no. It's just what we're talking about today because we don't have any recurring anything.
Okay, what is this video that we're watching, Will?
So
What
I.
is
So these are.
What are we about to watch?
What is
This
this?
is so funny. So their TikTok handle name is Super Vino Bros. All their TikToks
Oh.
are them either recommending wines or different wines that pair with different meals, talking about wines. But every couple little bit, that's a phrase, right? Every couple little bit.
That's a unit of time, right?
Okay.
This podcast has been 8 little bits so far.
Every couple little bit, they'll do a video of one of them trying to guess the type of wine and the region it's from, and they're always wrong. They're never, ever, ever
Why does it
even
look like-
close.
Are they?
Why does it
Is
look
it like
this guy's
unironic?
this guy's about to brain him with something. He's about to kill him.
Okay, let's watch it.
Is it unironic? Like they're doing a joke?
I don't know. Y'all, that is something
Are
I
they
need to
trying
answer.
to-
Okay.
If it is a joke, it is the best joke I've ever seen in my life.
Let's
If it's
see.
not, it's equally as funny.
Let's
Just
see.
for irony's sake.
Okay, so this is like a straw, like transparent yellow color. Ooh, so I'm getting like a lot of orchard fruit immediately. Pears and like
Sure.
yellow apples for sure. Maybe this like honeydew melon thing. Yeah, this type of like river water minerality, I think.
This is a bit.
Medium to high acidity down
This
there
has
for
to-
sure.
this has to
Kind of
be-
like lemon,
It has to be a
lime
bit.
aspect to it. This grassy kind of clean freshness to it. This like green apple,
This is
yellow
a
apple
bit.
thing that kind of rounds it out. So like, I'm immediately feeling that this isn't like a French
goat
wine.
piss.
For whatever reason, it doesn't give me this kind of like brownness to it, I guess, that we're used to. It tastes like an unoaked Chardonnay because there's no like butteriness or like oaky aftertaste to it.
This is such
So
a
if I
long
were to limit,
video.
I guess I think regions that make Chardonnay. You have obviously France. You have America. You have like,
France,
places like
all of
South
France
Africa.
makes Chardonnay.
Well,
An oak Chardonnay.
that is the
I think my call is going to be a
traditional-
Chardonnay from California. Bonus points, I'll say it's from Mendocino, California. Final answer.
Reveal. It's Alsatian Riesling.
And
It's like not
What?
Chardonnay.
Oh my god.
And
dude.
every-
Oh, I think
This is his reaction every
thought this was
time.
pretty clearly Riesling. You nailed it with notes, right? So it was fresh. It had like that kind
okay.
of river
Right now, it
rock,
seems
That's
like
minerality.
it seemed like it's not a bit anymore.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's a bit.
He was. So
I thought he
seriously-
was joking at first.
No,
because isn't Chardonnay like true Chardonnay is only made in France, right?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
I don't know anything
I
about
think
wine.
that's true.
Which is why I want to like make a TikTok
Of us doing that?
of us doing that, and then it's like Snoop Dogg's like wine. You pull it out, and it's Snoop Dogg's.
The Snoop Dogg make
It's
wine.
He is a wine.
Yeah, it's toilet wine that he made in prison.
It's so funny though that like
He's like, what?
they have.
He's like, it's a Riesling. And like, so here's my reaction. Me knowing absolutely nothing about wine, I was like, yeah, you dummy, it's a Riesling.
And the comments on
Oh
it.
my
River minerality. What are you talking about? What are you even saying?
Where do you ever see river minerality in a Chardonnay?
Wait,
you should
why-
know.
why are we-
Why are you from Boston
Why
now?
are we the New York guys again talking about wine? Is that the only accent you can? I know that's not the only accent you can do.
No, well, I can do other accents.
No, you have to save it for the. You have to save it for the Trump
I love
only
that.
episode.
I love that the Donald Trump impersonation is an accent.
No, I can
that's
do other-
that's his accent.
But they have
Oh
so many
my
of those
God.
videos, like probably over 100.
But that's what the internet does to you. I'm like, these idiots. They don't know a Chardonnay from a Riesling. I didn't know what those two words were 5 seconds ago.
Yeah.
The comments are so funny though. They're always like 0 out of like great job today, guys. 0 out of 100 so far.
Oh,
Like,
the comments are like really genuine.
no, like 0
like,
out
oh,
of
they're
100
making
out
fun
of-
Oh
of
yeah, they're
them.
making fun.
or
of
like they'll say like, hey, you nailed the color.
River water minerality. Are we serious? Me and the homies with gas station hot dogs.
For bonus points, bro, you need regular points first.
I knew it was French the second he ruled out French. Yo, it's just grapes, bro. Yeah, that reminds me of my
Oh
favorite.
my God.
My favorite Mitch Hedberg joke. You know what I'm about to
Hedberg?
say? Mitch Hedberg. You know what Mitch
Hedberg?
Hedberg is?
Oh yeah, Mitch
You don't know who Mitch Hedberg is?
Mitch-
He was a
Mitch.
famous like one-liner comic that died young because of drug use. But
Oh man,
that's
Wow.
not the important part. The important
Kevin's
part
the one
that
that
the
made
joke?
the
It's
episode
the joke.
depressing today.
It's the joke I'm about to tell. He's like, the other day, I saw a wino eating grapes. And I was like, dude, you have to wait.
That's good.
See, that's like all of them. Look up Mitch Hedberg and thank me later.
That's really funny. That's a good
That is good. I love a joke that like like the delivery adds so much more to. Oh my God! And
Yeah,
then
I
what was the other one? You sent another video.
Well, that's for we don't have to just do back-to-back videos.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay,
we
do
can.
you have something to do in between? I mean, we only have
Well,
15 minutes.
we haven't talked about Severance.
Oh
What?
my God!
How did we get this far?
How did we?
Is this the first podcast we've done?
We
since
didn't
the-
even bring it up before the podcast.
Sorry, guys.
We didn't
We
even
didn't
think
even
about
talk
Severance.
about it.
Sorry.
Oh my Lord!
Will, you're gonna be so excited with what I'm about to say.
I'm already
You're gonna be so excited. It's like the best episode of TV ever.
It's so
It's
good.
so
It
good.
was so good.
I had problems
dog.
with this season overall, but that
Yes.
the way that it
Oh,
ended.
so
It
so
made
well
up for
done.
every slow.
Well, I didn't say it
episode.
made up, but
It was
is
so good.
great.
It was so good.
I think
And
it
the
made
whole like new wave, slow motion, 16
Yeah.
millimeter, freeze
Yeah.
frame.
It's
so
it's
good.
the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid
Yes,
ending. That's
yes,
what it is.
Yes, so good. And I didn't even notice,
I love that.
Mark v. Mark, I didn't even notice that people cut together Gemma's perspective.
Yeah. I saw that.
And I wasn't even thinking that she goes from kissing him in the elevator on the way back up to him closing the door and leaving her.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
from her perspective, those
So-
happen back to back.
No, so what's really like this is in the after episode thing that they talk about, but you notice it in the episode. There are 4 different dynamics that that just in the last 5 minutes of the episode that Mark and Gemma go through.
Oh yeah.
It's Mark's Audi.
Yep.
And one of Gemma's innies. They go back into the hallway.
A brand new innie.
Actual Gemma and Mark.
Yep.
They go into the elevator. It's Mark's innie and the Miss Casey.
Miss Casey.
Innie.
Mm-hmm.
They come out. She goes out of the exit door. It's
Gemma's
Audi,
Yeah.
and Mark's innie,
Yeah.
and all that happens back to back. It is
Crazy.
genius level.
So good.
Spoilers.
Writing.
So good.
Oh yeah, spoilers. Spoilers. Big time. Sorry, Gemma gets out. So here's the thing.
And the milkshake stuff with the marching band
Yes!
is so
Yes!
fun.
Yes!
It's
Yes!
just such
Yes!
classic. Like, it just feels like the series that I love that it has the time.
And
to,
also, like, the way that they react immediately. This is probably the most people they've ever been around, and the way they react immediately, like, hey, everyone.
Yeah.
Can't you see how effed up this is?
Yeah.
And immediately they're like, oh, yeah, this is pretty, like, these people have basically maybe just been practicing to be a band their whole any life.
Yeah, they are. What is it? Choreography and merriment?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I try not to look up. I want to do like PowerPoint theories from here on out. Oh, also, you know what I didn't even talk about, Will?
What?
Were you one of the people that I shared some of my theories with?
You shared several theories with me.
Did you realize how many of them were absolutely right in this episode?
That's what Kevin was keeping track of.
I wasn't watching the
We were having fun experiencing the
Kevin was
story,
right.
and Kevin had his ledger with all of his notes on his
That wasn't where I went
theories.
first, but remember how early I was saying that the whole severance procedure is taming the tempers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cobell basically spells it out.
Yeah,
That's what I've been saying for
sure.
months.
Yeah.
Right?
And the idea that they want to sever the whole world and use
Yeah,
severance
yeah.
as a tool to more effectively
Right.
manipulate and control workers.
Right. That seems to be what James is reacting against.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's watching it not go that well for him.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But I didn't. So I did like look up reviews after this, like for the first time, and because I kept seeing like the algorithms learn me or whatever. I keep seeing like controversial ending to Severance. I'm like, what was controversial about it? Did you know there's like almost a split opinion sometimes about people
about it being bad?
about any Mark versus Audi Mark.
Oh yeah.
What?
There's like sides. People are picking sides.
People are picking like, oh, he should have gone outside and let
Oh,
Audi Mark reunite
I
with
did
Gemma.
as we were all watching it at Cameron's, and that's the best way to watch it. It's so good to like experience a show like that with a big group of people.
I was standing up,
And everybody in the
by
room
end.
was screaming at him, "Go to Gemma!"
But I was
And we were like, "No, that's any Mark.
Yes,
go to Helly."
Yes.
That was crazy.
But there's
so
a
we
lot
did
of-
kind of do that in the moment, in real time.
So I think that's a complicated statement, Cameron. I think both sides are right because it's whoever you are, and if you are any Mark, right? It makes no sense for you. Don't know this
To
woman.
go with Gemma.
It makes
Absolutely.
you've done your part. You did
Absolutely.
what you were.
She's
she
out.
did exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
She did everything that Devin told him to do. He did.
Right.
They said nothing about getting Mark out.
Completely risked your
So-
life and guaranteed your future death.
If
Why
you
would
go
you
outside.
not? Why would you
Or
not take the time?
The
to
woman that you love is right here.
Yeah.
It's 10 more minutes, right?
Yeah.
It's 10. They can turn you off at any time.
Right.
Anytime that they want to.
Right.
It's 10 more minutes to exist as a person, to be with a person. No one in the world
Right.
would have made the choice other than the way, I don't care who you are, no one would have
Right.
made the choice other than the way that any
And that's
Mark
what
made
literally everybody at Cameron's was screaming.
And if it's Audi-
oh, he should go to Gemma. He
If
should
it's-
go to Gemma.
Well, okay, if he goes outside and he's Audi Mark, it would be the same situation. He's looking in at any Helly, screaming, any Mark come back. And
Yeah.
so it would have been the same thing. You would have thought Audi Mark was the jerk because he left with Gemma. Oh no, go in, give him 10 more minutes to
yeah.
exist as a person.
Yeah. God.
I think that's absolutely true, Blake. I think you're supposed to be frustrated because it's not an
for
easy,
sure. It's an unnatural experience.
The sticky wicket that they've gotten themselves into by creating these new people
Yeah.
is they are people.
People.
And the
Different-
decisions that they
different
make
people.
do affect this actual person.
Yeah.
And so that is why it's a genius show, because I don't think it's supposed to be this like nice, even keel, happy
Romance.
ending. I think it's I think it's supposed to make you think.
Yeah, be complicated and frustrating for sure. What is a sticky wicket?
Okay, Blaine, pull up some cricket videos. It's basically the cricket version of
What?
of getting in a baseball pickle. No, don't do it. I was kidding.
Oh, I was about to say.
It's just a conundrum, a
Wait.
a situation.
What is a baseball pickle?
Oh my god. A pickle in baseball is when you try to steal a base, perhaps, and they throw it to the base that you have just run from,
And
then
they
throw it
call
to the
that
base.
a pickle?
So when they get caught between two bases and they're trying to get the runner out,
Yeah.
that's a pickle.
Right.
And so, yeah, it's a conundrum. It's what am I supposed to do now? That's what that is what it's used for colloquially.
It's so funny that
Okay.
I thought of Sticky Wicket and I was going to explain the concept of what a Sticky Wicket is describing. Like, oh, you've gotten yourself into a frustrating situation, blah,
Right,
blah, blah,
right,
blah, blah.
right.
And you started explaining
I
the
used
origin of the phrase.
another baseball term.
And that wasn't what I was thinking at all.
Yeah.
I didn't even... It's from cricket?
Sticky wicket is
Ew.
from cricket. Sticky wicket is from cricket.
Yeah, baby.
Excuse me? What did you say?
What'd you say?
It's from Parks and Rec.
Did you say pickle hair?
When
Are you saying just say sex
when
hair?
Amy, yeah, when Leslie Knope says, just instead of saying sex hair, say pickle hair, and then he starts singing it, and Tom's like, still sounds like it's about sex.
And that's true. That's so Blake. I think that's why it's a good inning. There really isn't a right answer. Someone was going to lose, but I think there really isn't a right answer. Means that there's a right answer for any mark. There's a right answer for outie mark, and both of them cannot happen at the same time.
Yes.
Somebody is going to lose.
Their existence is inherently
What
self-contradictory.
was cool to me is any mark and outie mark's conversations with each other.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Outie mark.
Seems like an ass.
Outie mark kind of sucked.
Yeah.
he was putting on
Sucks.
airs and he was lying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely he was.
There are things in that conversation that
Oh, my God, yes.
express like
Oversimplifying.
He oversimplified. He talks to him like a child.
Yes,
right?
yep.
And which is part of the infantilization
Yeah.
of the innies that keeps happening. He calls her Helene.
He does.
He doesn't even
crazy.
completely understand the situation. It really was like a parent trying to get something out of a teenager, and the teenager seeing that the parent, you don't really understand me.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do what you say.
Or
Yeah,
when
crazy.
Helena calls outie Mark's wife Hannah.
It does
At
mirror
the-
that.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah.
does mirror that.
Yeah. Also,
Oh yeah,
Helly is Helena.
What?
At the end of the episode, it's Helena.
Why?
No, it's not. It's not. No.
Why?
It's not Helena.
Why?
It's not.
What?
Why?
It's not Helena. I was thinking it when I was watching it, but it makes so much
People-
more sense.
The
People were
Helly.
saying that because why would Helly would want Mark to go
Yeah.
be with Gemma?
No, I don't
she
agree with
wouldn't.
that. I don't agree with that, but she gives Gemma that look at the end, like she wins.
No, there's
No,
no.
that
look.
wasn't an
There's
I
no
win
look.
look.
What
there's no
was it? There is a look.
It's not. But it's
That's not an I
evil
win look. It's not. It's like I'm dealing with the consequences of what I just did because we need to make decisions for ourselves. We don't exist just for you. I think it was that kind of look,
I don't
not
know.
an I win look.
That whole sequence, the conversation whenever he's like telling her, he's catching her up on all the stuff, and he's like completing the file,
her.
where she's saying I'm her, and then later gives Gemma this crazy look
Yeah.
that feels cruel, like she's rubbing it in
I haven't
Gemma's
seen
face
this,
that he
but
picked
Robbie
me.
says that Britt Lauer said it was supposed to be empathy.
Oh, that's
It
interesting.
didn't look evil to me, but I did think when watching it, the look seemed
cool.
suspicious.
I think
It
you
seemed
read.
suspicious.
I think you read so much into it because you know the background.
Interesting.
Like try to look empathetic right now. Okay, I'll try.
I.
Okay, Blaine, you try.
That's okay. I'm not gonna.
Blaine,
do that.
try. Look at the camera. Look, I'm gonna try. Let's all look empathetic at the camera.
It just feels, especially the conversation that James has with her.
You look like you're pooping.
It feels good.
The conversation that James has with her,
I knew that because I'm empathetic.
is so interesting. If it is actually Helena and not Helly, if Helena acting like Helly is the one that actually wins her father's approval, and that's why I don't know. I can easily see it being Helena. But I didn't see this thing about Britt Lauer saying that it's supposed to be empathy. Is she saying that she's not Helena at the end?
She did say that she's not Helena at the end.
Oh,
so I don't
okay.
know if we can trust that because people
It seems
have lied
that
to
could
us
be-
before.
Trickery, but I also feel like they want you to kind of be in between.
Like,
'Cause
remember
when I was
when-
watching it, I was between is it Helly or Helena?
Yeah,
'Cause that was
it's
built
hard to tell
through
some-
the past 2 seasons,
Right.
where we now know it could be either one of them. So
Right.
I think that was the point with like her saying I'm her. Is this Helena saying I'm
And I think it
her,
makes
Helena?
Mark's choice complicated if he chose Helena. No, like thinking that he chose Helly, he chose Helena.
Right.
I think her saying I'm her is based on what they've been saying the whole time.
Mhm.
Yeah, that like
There's
she will never
more-
be able to escape being Negan.
They're not completely separate people.
Right. And I think her reminding him of that and reminding him, it felt like a subtle, not necessarily dig, but trying to sober him up a little bit, that you couldn't tell that I was Helena before. And so don't give up, this existence that might be better for us and be better for your Audi, for this relationship that, it isn't deep enough yet to where you could even tell that I wasn't even her. And at the end of the day, I can't escape who I am. I can't escape being an Egan, and so much of myself must be part of her that you couldn't tell the difference. Like her bringing up the fact that he couldn't tell the difference between Helena and Helly makes it feel like it was on purpose. That I didn't think that the whole episode. I thought that was weird that she brings it up there. But then her giving the look that like, oh, to me, it felt cruel, did feel like it was confirmation that, yes, she's Helena.
This is a quote.
What is Robbie saying?
This is a quote from
Britt
Lauer.
The moment that was important to me that stayed in the edit, which I'm proud of, is Helly seeing Gemma. Mark pulls her, she lingers, and she's really connecting with Gemma for the first time. That moment is really essential for what comes next. That doesn't feel like a denial to me.
Denial of what?
And connecting with Gemma for the first time doesn't even necessarily make me like she's not being. There's nothing about this quote in particular. Maybe I need to watch it in full context. But there's nothing about this quote in particular that where Britt Lauer is saying that she's not being cruel to Gemma.
Oh, he said earlier that she specifically.
She
said
was
it
trying to be
supposed
empathetic. I guess so.
I don't know if that's a different quote or not, but
Yeah.
I didn't read empathy. I think I read first like it was just like, hey, maybe that is a sort of empathy. It was like, hey, it's kind of like, hey, I have to do this because you would do the same thing.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I take your hubby.
and I can definitely. I'm not trying to be unhappy. I'm super happy with the ending. And
I think
I'm
it's-
super happy that like it's ambiguous to
I think
me.
exactly what she's trying to communicate is best summed up in Urkel from Family Matters.
Please.
Did I do that?
God, Jesus. But I do. You can completely read it that way of her saying to her implicitly, if you were in my position, you would have done the same thing here.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to find a new show to talk about,
I
No,
know.
we're gonna have to
We
just
base-
rewatch.
or we can just rewatch it.
Cameron keeps on wanting to watch the White Lotus,
I also want to watch
which
the White Lotus.
is frustrating to
The
me.
White Lotus is so I haven't seen this new season that everybody's talking about. The first 2 seasons are some of the best TV I've ever seen.
Oh, I do really need to watch it.
Okay,
But what I'm frustrated by,
So much about like what we do to
Hey,
other
Blaine,
what we do to other cultures.
don't put that on
the
me.
studio would be a good one. The
I haven't seen the studio. That'd
Yeah,
be good.
'cause-
Oh,
just
I
came
really,
out.
really, really
we
want
can
to
do
watch
it-
the
that would be
studio.
a week to week.
Yeah.
Recap.
Yeah.
What the heck was I saying? Oh, everybody at Cameron's was saying that they wanted to start a new show, and they kept on saying that they wanted to start a White Lotus. And I didn't super strongly suggest, but brought up Game of Thrones would be fun to like watch as a because the fun experience of watching it as a big group is seeing everybody's big reaction to like shocking revelations. And so watching Game of Thrones with a big group would be fun.
Yeah, but all the revelations have already happened.
But everybody was like, like Cameron or
I know
I
nothing
can't remember
about
who it was. Yeah, people were surprisingly a
Blake
lot of
said
people.
Breaking Bad. It's it's the best show that's ever
Will
happened.
keeps on saying Breaking
Wait,
Bad.
Blake, you mean that?
Hold on, wait.
Blake said,
Before you
let's
get to
go to
that,
Blake's house and
before
watch
you get to
Breaking
that,
Bad right
let
now.
me finish my point.
Okay,
Which is
Blaine wants
they
to keep
said
talking.
that they wouldn't
boy.
want to watch Game of Thrones together because it was too inappropriate. But they were all they all landed on White Lotus.
White Lotus,
is
they might not know.
nuts.
White Lotus is way more inappropriate than Game
Really?
of Thrones. Yeah.
Oh,
You spend the
Way
first
more.
You spend the first season with several close-up of Steve Zahn's balls.
All right.
And
That's funny.
So like new stuff that happened in this season, which I don't want to like spoil or whatever, but insane, inappropriate stuff has happened in this because it's like all over the internet. People are talking about it because it's so crazy.
Because let's look at his search history. Nudie scenes from White Lotus season 3.
But yeah, so I just thought that was funny that they didn't want to watch Game of Thrones, but they're down to watch White Lotus as a group together. Anyways, Breaking Bad.
You got him, Blaine.
Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is a fantastic show.
What are you about to say? You're gonna say something stupid.
I don't have very much desire to rewatch it.
All right, that's the podcast, folks.
Yeah, hottest take in the world. Breaking Bad not worth a rewatch. You know why Breaking Bad is worth a rewatch? Because of Better Call Saul, which is better than Breaking Bad,
which I have not watched. So I do really need to watch it, and I keep on hearing that. I will say on TikTok, there's like these whole channels that just post like scenes from movies and TV shows, and I've been getting a bunch of scenes from Breaking Bad, and I have not been able to scroll past them. They're like all the like very late season stuff.
How do you not have desire to rewatch it?
And it is good. It's such a good show.
Are you kidding?
Everyone I've talked to that doesn't think Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad is because there's not enough action in it. And to that I say, boo. Because the story, they really have come into their own as storytellers. They were still worried about some studio stuff in Breaking Bad, but they don't care in Better Call Saul. They go slow. They let things connect. They bring things to a point. And so I don't mind that. Some people think that makes a worse show, especially a week-to-week show. But
it's not worse.
I think the pacing, I think the storytelling, I think the way that they connect the dots for Better Call Saul to lead up to Breaking Bad is some of the best TV that's ever happened.
I can't say one is better than the other. I think I'm happy to live in a world with both, and I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, I can't prefer one to the, like, Better Call Saul, like Breaking Bad, I feel like I've had more emotional, like, resonance with, like, so many scenes where, like, I feel heartbroken or dead after, like, it pulls.
What about Better Call Saul, the brothers?
You do, but not as much.
Brother?
Okay, Blake hadn't seen it. But yeah, it's there. Maybe just not quantity.
His love?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's heartbreaking.
Jimmy.
Hey, we should.
Slipping Jimmy becomes Saul Goodman.
Breaking Bad is one of the best shows ever made, and I would be super down to rewatch it. But I don't know. There's just something about it that like
tell everyone how good One Tree
Hill is good.
One Tree Hill.
Look at the passion with which he defended you, Blake.
It's good.
One Tree. Hey, everybody. One Tree Hill
is that the one with?
Is a TV show.
Is that the one with
Goodbye.
Never
Chad, Michael,
Blake, you lost a viewer.
No, Blake.
Deeply offensive.
I didn't mean it offensively.
Hey guys, it's.
I'm sorry that you took what I said to be offensive.
Okay.
Whoa.
No, it was. I was quoting Zoe Saldana.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You were quoting her gaslighting the entire public.
We had to watch the one video. We had to do this segment real quick. I know.
It's 9:05. We'll do it next week.
It's a quick video.
No, we promised our audience that this would go for an hour, and we're gonna
put a poll up.
I'm with Blaine on this.
We're gonna save it for next week. It'll be good.
We'll have plenty to talk about next week. No, you're fine.
Thanks everybody for watching. Will, now look, you're killing all the energy for the end of the podcast.
Play this song. Play this song. Play it.
I want more.
No, he's
I will unsubscribe.
He's taking the pop
I
filter
don't
off.
care about promises. Play the song.
Turn the music on.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
See you later.